Productions. We are media.
What's up, everybody? Robin here checking in on another episode of Pillow Talk Podcast. Happy Friday!
Yeah.
Okay, the weather is nice. I'm loving the weather. I have a guest in the building, and we're drinking Remy today.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have Willie Mitchell Jr. in the building. How are you?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming into the purple room. I appreciate you.
Definitely. It's definitely a purple room now.
For sure, we got the vibes.
Yes.
Now, I have to know first off before we get into it, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Texas, so
Okay.
San Antonio, Texas, but I'm currently living in Waukegan.
Okay, nice. Texas. Do you miss it?
Don't really know much about it. I was there as a child, and parents were military, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You never would want to go back?
I mean, it's a beautiful place. I'm not gonna lie. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
place out there. So all the scenery, all the everything out there, I would definitely go.
Yes. I'm trying to go visit ASAP. I heard they be lit out there.
I heard they be lit. They got the good food,
Yes.
good boardwalks, and everything. So I'm here for it.
Absolutely. Well, you are an author, a poet, a motivational speaker, a nursing student.
Yes, well,
Father,
future nursing student.
Future nursing student,
Mhm.
husband, father. You a lot of titles.
A lot of titles.
Okay,
Jack of all trades.
Okay, you got some big shoes you filling
Mhm.
over there.
Mhm.
Now I have to start first as far as your poetry and you being an author. Growing up, like, was poetry something that was always important to you?
Not necessarily. No, it started getting important to me when I got into high school. I dealt with a lot of bullying in high school. Dealt with a lot of interpersonal things in high school. So that was my only outlet. Didn't know how to express to anybody else what was really going on in my mind. Didn't know how to put it into words. And it's kind of weird to say, but you can put it on paper versus speaking it to somebody. It's a little bit easier that way.
Absolutely. Okay, because first off, fuck them people that bullied you.
Hey,
Bullies
for
suck.
real. Yeah.
I don't have no respect for bullies. That's lame as hell. Just saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, that gave you a creative, vibe to write something on paper. So, I mean, did you have, like, I don't know, a piece of literature that really stuck out to you or somebody that inspired you to, like, let me go ahead and just see if I can write a rhyme?
Yeah, definitely. So there was this guy named Daniel Beatty. He's also a poet. He wrote this poem called Knock Knock. And I first saw it on YouTube, just looking up poets, Black poets. And I just watched him over and over and over and over again, seeing how he captivated the crowd and how his words just painted a whole picture in my mind. And I wasn't even there. So I just love how that experience just expelled there.
Nice. Okay, shout out to YouTube.
Yeah.
So what was the poem about?
The poem was basically about his upbringing. His mother and father both in the household. His father was eventually gone because he was incarcerated. He didn't understand why. His dad used to always knock knock on his door and knock knock. He was there and knock knock. I'm giving you this. I'm giving you that. But one day he just wasn't there. The knock was gone. So he wondered, why is that knock not there anymore? Then one day his mother took him down to the prison where he was at, and they expressed to him why he was there, and never talked to him ever again until he got back out of prison. And that was just the expression of the story there. And it just puts in the mind frame other people, we go through experiences where someone knocks on our door and gives us, these opportunities. But one day, those opportunities won't be there. We're going to make it on our own.
That's deep. That is deep. Definitely sounds like an amazing poem. I'm going to have to go check that out myself.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Daniel Beatty on YouTube.
Okay. Nice. I love that. So then from that point, how did you construct your first poem, if you remember or recall, what was it about? How did you construct that?
In order to construct that, you just think about what do I want to talk about? What is on my mind at this present moment? A lot of times I'll just put headphones in my ears and just drown out everything, just drown out the world and just put my heart on paper. Sometimes it doesn't have to be one topic. Sometimes it's 3-4 different topics, just putting everything in my mind on paper. Go back and revise it and adjust it how you want it and just let it flow.
Nice. Okay, so who was one of the first people that heard some of your poetry?
My parents, definitely.
Okay.
My parents, my sisters, they've always supported me in those processes there, and they just tell me just keep on going, keep on pushing.
Were you scared to like recite some of your earlier stuff to anybody?
Oh, definitely. I think anybody would. I always didn't grow up as a sheltered kid, but I grew up as a nervous kid. Didn't know how to just be in front of a crowd. I'd rather be in the crowd than in front of the crowd.
Right.
So it was definitely kind of difficult, kind of express it that way. But once you do it over and over and over and over again, it gets a little bit comfortable.
Nice. Okay, because it's scary when you got to recite some of your personal stuff to people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's scary. Like, how do you deal with criticism or just different types of thoughts when it comes to like your pieces?
I had to get to a point where I could say, you know what, forget what everyone else got to say, because it's not their pieces. They're not writing it, but I know someone's going to get something out of this. As long as one person walks away from something, if one person gets the message I'm trying to put out, that's what matters to me. Doesn't matter what everyone else sees. The naysayers, they say, F your stuff, I don't like it, it sucks. That doesn't matter to me. As long as one person gets something and as one person just learns something from my work, that's all that matters.
Okay, yeah, because can we get a round of applause? Okay, because absolutely. Look what a hater gotta say. Okay, look what a hater gotta say. No, but I love that though. I love poetry. I always wish that I could really write poetry. I feel like my shit is trash, but I always just admire people that create themselves in different forms of media, especially poetry. It's a lot of struggles we deal with, and everybody's not a rapper or a singer or whatever. So I feel like poetry is a beautiful language to just get that stuff out.
Oh, definitely. Poetry it's just poetic, it's music, it's art, it's beauty, all in one. So you just make it your own.
Yes, I love it. Now let's get into your book, okay? Yes. Y'all, first off, the cover is fire, okay? It is so beautiful. Absolutely.
Shout out to Vavi Solomon. You check her out. Vaso, she's the one who did the cover there for me, one of my old classmates from State Career College. Shout out SCC as well.
Woo. I don't know if y'all had a backup, but this is beautiful. Uncontained. Okay, this is beautiful. Again, the illustration is beautiful. So tell us a little bit about the book.
About the book, basically, it's a compilation of poetry, of course, depicting some of the hardships that I've, endured growing up. Some things about being a Black male in America. Some things about dealing with mental health. Some things about dealing with depression, being in those hard places. Things about becoming a father, having children. That's definitely a hard thing to do. Yeah. And just experiencing what the world gives to you. How do you deal with it? How do you get back up after you get knocked down so many times? And that's really what this book is about. All the emotions, all the raw feelings you feel in those experiences. How do you deal with it? How do you hold on to it? How do you use it as fuel to your fire to keep on going?
That is beautiful. Listen, Black men especially, y'all need to be tuned in right now, okay? Because we don't talk about y'all emotions enough and your struggles and what you deal with. This is a beautiful collection that you put here. So I have to know what inspired the title, what inspired you putting all of this together?
Definitely. So the very first thing about it, the title specifically, Uncontained. I have a poem in there called Faith Uncontained. And that's the first poem I ever did in front of a large crowd. It was in front of my church, actually. And I got a lot of feedback from it and said it was a wonderful, wonderful poem. So I just thought, you know what, let me use this for something bigger going forward. But the main thing I wrote this book for is just to, exactly what you said, get into those emotions as a Black man. We're taught growing up in society, if you're a Black man, you have emotions, you're not a man. If you cry, you're not a man. If you say that you need help, you're not a man. But why is that the case? Why can't Black men just support each other, even if you do have emotions, even if you do have fear and anger? We all experience it. Why not talk about it? Why not go through it? And this is the outlet allowing people saying, you know what, this is okay. It's okay to cry because you're still being a man. It's okay to say I'm upset today. It's okay to not be okay. And that's really what this is supposed to inspire. So the second book I want to come out with is how do you deal with that process in the same exact format.
That's beautiful. And you touched on so many things. Like we gotta unpack some shit because y'all know I like to get deep, okay? Especially when we're talking about Black representation in the mental state of Black people, but especially Black men. So you being a Black man, how hard is it for you to express yourself outside of your poetry?
Oh, it's real difficult. It's real difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's real difficult. Most people who I come to and express, outside of my fiance, outside of, my siblings, it's like, okay, why are you telling me this? Go figure it out. Go figure it out. You're supposed to. You're a man. If you're not going out there, you're working, or you're not going out and you just building yourself, building your empire for your family you're building, what are you doing? That's the emotion's not even supposed to be in the picture. Even if we're growing up crying, that'll say, wipe your face off, keep on going, put some dirt on it, keep on going. But how does that impair us as we get older? And that's what affected me a lot growing up is my mental health. the depression, the anxiety, and now it's come to a point where it's like, you know what, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with just dealing with this. So let me just express it. Let me just get it out. Let me just deal with it. And as a Black man, I would hope everyone else as a Black man, Black women as well, express yourselves. If you don't, who knows what's going to happen, especially with all these suicides going on right now. It's Mental Health Awareness Month too, so all these things going on, we need to support each other. Yes. Definitely.
It just hurts me to the core, though, definitely, to hear as a Black man, that you have to bottle your emotions, or you're taught right at a young age, this is what you need to do, and you just keep going forward. Like, mental health is real.
It's real.
It's real, and a lot of it is created in the trauma that you face growing up.
Definitely.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit off, camera, just about safe spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you couldn't really talk to some members of your family. Did you have any safe spaces growing up where you could express yourself like this?
I mean, I to an extent.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that. Of course, my parents were there for me to talk to and express, but it wasn't always how I felt like I needed it to be. And again, my parents are wonderful parents.
Right,
I can't knock them.
Right.
But everyone parents differently. They parent how they know how to parent. That's why, growing up, it's okay. I can talk to my mom and my dad, but do they really understand what I'm talking about? As a kid, we think they were born 1,000 years ago, so they don't experience this. They don't know what we're talking about. So I didn't really want to go to them, express anything. Not that I couldn't, I just didn't want to. I didn't understand if they knew what I was talking about. So in that case, I had my older sister, Portia, who was my rock growing up, and that was really my safe space right there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. You just dropping so many gems, y'all. We might need a therapy session, okay, with Mr. Mitchell. We might need a therapy session, okay? But I love that. I love how you just said, you wasn't able to express yourself the way you wanted to, the way you felt like they understood. And everybody does express themselves in different ways. Like, you just hit it on the head with that. Definitely. Speaking from somebody that knows someone mental illness, that's definitely one of those moments where you have to let somebody express what they want to express.
Oh, definitely.
And you can't be biased or feel like, you crazy. Like, you got to shut up and let them kind of say what they want to say. So I'm happy that you touched on that. So let's re-rock it back to the book. Now, how long did it take for you to construct this? What was the making process like?
Oh, the process in this took a while. First off, I was all contemplating months and months and months. Am I going to do this? Can I do it? Can I be an author? Why am I going to be an author? Is it worth it? No one's going to buy my book. You go through all these things. Why not? Why not? Why not? But there was a few people that was like, you know what? You can. And because of them, it's the reason why it's here, and the cover actually by Bobby Solomon. I used to go to State Career College as a student for medical assisting. And she was one of my classmates there. I know she was really good in art, and she put together my cover photo. I just told her, what do I want as my cover photo? I wanted raw emotion in every single poem. Take the emotion out, put it on the paper, and then knowing how to order the poetry, or knowing how to, and some of those poems were from when I was a child, and some are from today, and expresses the growth from back then up until now. And the process altogether, I would say putting them together took about a year or so.
Okay.
But it was the hardest, most, I would say, hardest and best thing I've ever done, just because it really made everything come to life and says, you know what, I can really do this now. And all those things that I thought in my head before, you can't do this. You can't run a business. You can't write a book. You can't be a millionaire. This is the first step, and I'm on my way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you just got to take the first step, damn it.
That's it.
Stop being scared. Stop being scared.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
So how did you decide like which poems to put in here? Is there like a flow that you have for it, or you just pick the ones you like the most?
Oh, there's definitely a flow to it. Just from the start of the book, it starts off. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, in the first chapter or the first poem that I have in the book, it's called. Let me get it open for you real fast. It's called Everything That Glitters. Well, the rest. It allows us to see, we look at something, we know it's beautiful. We think it's beautiful, but it's always beautiful. It's always good for us. We go out and we find these vices that we just love. Some people want to smoke, some people want to drink, some people want to speed, people just want to do whatever, but it's always the best thing for us, and sometimes those vices that we have tear us down. And that's what the beginning poem's supposed to be about. What things do you have in your life that you love, but also takes away from you as well. And from there, that part of your life starts to deteriorate. That part of you, that mindset starts to break down because that one thing you went to. And now, how do you evolve from where you fell off to get back up to where you need to be? And as the evolution of the poems go on, you're able to see the growth of mindset. Okay, he's fallen down, he's hurt, he's getting back up. He fell down again, he's hurt, he got back up. And that's just the progress of the entire book there.
Well,
You know what that is?
well, okay, because we in church.
Amen.
I just felt the Holy Spirit come through me. Your vices. That's how you said that. Your vices. Okay. You hit it on the side right there. That's beautiful. And that's so true. That's so true, y'all. This book. Now, I gotta know, what is a favorite poem from you in the book? Which one do you like the most?
Okay, I would say that my favorite poem in the book is "Letter to My Younger Self," just because I felt like it was me talking to me, and in the process of writing that poem, it wasn't about, okay, what am I writing to everybody else? What do I want people to get from this? What do I want to tell myself? Because what I tell myself, I'm going to tell my sons as well, because my sons need to hear it just as much as I need to hear it myself, and especially this day and age now. Growing up is harder than it was back when we was younger. We had all these things to do. We could go outside, we can play. We saw the bikes outside. Right. We know the family was out there. We know the friends was out there. Right. But nowadays, it's we all inside because of Corona. We all inside because of all these things going on in the world, and there's no way to get out to someone else to get the help that we need. Or get the outside time or just the fun that we need in our lives just to get out of our own heads. So yeah.
Yes. I mean, if you don't mind, we would love for you to recite, a poem out of the book since we have you here.
Okay, definitely.
Anyone you would like, if you want to recite your favorite one, that is cool too. But
okay.
we want to hear these words come to life because he's preaching.
Yes.
Somebody needed this word today. Somebody needed this today. Okay, somebody needed this today.
Okay.
I think this is just so great. Again, y'all, Uncontained, just so y'all know the name. Okay. We got the big boss. Okay, Mr. Mitchell, he's gonna recite for us.
All right. So I did express to you that my favorite poem in the book is "Letter to My Younger Self," but what I'm going to recite to you now is a poem called "Untitled," and this is one I think is going to resonate with a lot of people. That gives them a little bit of, okay, what do I do in this moment? So, Untitled. I'm sorry. I'm just a young black man. Is it bad that I have emotion? I try to put it into words like ingredients to a potion. The world shuns what I say like the most negative of notions. So my words never get play because my mind I do goaltend. I fear to let it out because society just might beat me. Just like waking up black, it's a root to my yes and no. We put on this facade every single day. I'm going to work, I'm happy. I'm coming home, I'm happy. There's no stress in my life. There's none of this going on in the world. Everything outside of me is fine. It's dandy. And we have to be that strength. We have to be that barrier for those who look up to us. But sometimes we got to just, what? I'm not strong today. Let me just be the weak me today. Let me just be weak today. Let me just try to pick myself up tomorrow and just do it all over again. And this poem here on Untitled is supposed to express that. Even if you're dealing with mental health, whether it's depression, whether it's hallucinations, whether it's bipolar disorder or a personality disorder, you're entitled to have that feeling. You're entitled to express those things without feeling judged for it. So just waking up and saying, you know what, I can do it again tomorrow. And we just pick myself up tomorrow. Today's not going to be my day, but tomorrow will definitely be.
I'm just okay. It's the motivational speaker coming up out you right now.
That's that coming on.
It's coming up out you
yes,
right now.
Yes,
I just love how motivating you are and very honest. You know, with the way that we should be dealing with this stuff. Everybody, you can't be Superman, Superwoman every day. It's okay to not be the top of your game today. Like that is so important, especially with all the influence of social media and seeing people around you live these fake lives.
Oh yeah,
they're not happy. Okay,
not
they're pretending. So I just love that you touched on that. So I mean, are you going to do a seminar soon or what? Because I'm buying the ticket. I mean, I am buying the ticket. But motivational speaker, it seems like it comes natural for you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely coming natural to me. Eventually, you know, I'm working on this or not the podcast currently, but I'm working on building my platform called Ego Vision.
Yes.
Which is the area where people can just come together and, you know what, have that ego vision. Many people ask, what is ego vision? But the vision of an ego is 20 times stronger than the vision of a man's on average. So we can see what our goals are 20 times stronger than we can right now. What things can we achieve? You know, but we're always looking at the things that we can achieve. And that's our main focus. And what I want to be able to do with Ego Vision is allow people to say, you know what, I'm going to give you this inspiration. I'm going to give you this motivation using your life. How do you build yourself back up? Because I can't build you up. You know, I can't give you everything that you need to build yourself up. I can give you the tips. I can give you the tools. I can give you where to look, where to read. The encyclopedias on it. But you have to put in that footwork. And my platform for Ego Vision is going to be allowing us to do that, you know, while allowing other people to get trades and things like that, their own education, you know. So eventually as I get my platform built a little bit stronger, that is definitely going to be one of the things on the list to check out. Definitely.
Absolutely. So what's like a time frame do you think you would want to launch it?
I would say within like the next 2 or 3 years. Definitely.
Okay, yes.
You know, I got a couple more pieces I want to put out book wise, you know. I really want to this is something I really want to do, but you know, I'm getting married soon, you know, I'm doing some traveling, you know, I got 2 boys, so some things got to put on hold for a little bit, you know, but it's definitely going to happen. It's definitely going to happen.
I love that. Definitely a need for that. Definitely sounds like a safe space.
Yes,
okay, somewhere you can grow and evolve and, you know, just be your best self.
Amen to that. Yes.
I love it. I love it, y'all. He's dropping big bombs today. I've been grilling you for a minute, so we're going to have just a little break. We'll have a little fun, okay? I got to get to know some other things about you.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some Black trivia literature style. All right, literature style, since you are an author and all that. So I need you to name your favorite Black author, past or present.
My favorite Black author. I don't want to be cliche and say Maya Angelou, just because Maya Angelou, you know, but Daniel Beatty is also an author, so I would say Daniel Beatty and Maya Angelou.
Yes,
definitely.
She's one of my faves. James Baldwin is also one
James
of my
Baldwin,
faves.
yes. He's
timeless.
out there, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Maya. We miss you. We miss you, phenomenal woman. Okay, I love that answer. Absolutely. Name your favorite book about the Black experience.
Oh, my favorite book about the Black experience. You know, I don't know. I guess it could be my book about the Black experience. Let's put that one up there. That's a Black experience right there. You know, growing up Black, you know, dealing with those struggles there, you know.
Black experience for sure.
For sure.
Absolutely. Okay. Name your favorite autobiography about a Black person, book or movie.
Oh. Okay. I don't remember the name of the movie, but there's this movie with is it Jamie Foxx? And he was he played the saxophone.
Ray? No, not Ray.
No, it's not. It's not Ray. He played the saxophone, and there was another man and who was blind, and he loved music. Well, Jamie Foxx's character loved music. He played saxophone all the time, but the person who wanted to read and he wanted to just express these things, and he gave the other man his eyes just so that he can continue to do what he loved to do, but he still was able to play music before he passed.
Nice.
I gotta look up the name for that movie.
I'm gonna have to look it up too. So, did he have like a curly hair he was wearing in the movie or something?
Was he playing the saxophone or the violin?
It was a violin.
Okay.
It was a violin. Yeah.
Yes.
The violin, definitely.
Yes. I'm gonna have to check that out. I have not seen that.
If someone knows what it is, you know, let us know.
Let us know. I'm gonna Google it. But that sounds fire as hell. Anything Jamie Foxx is in, I'm gonna watch.
Oh yeah, he's a goat. He's a goat for real.
Saying.
Oh yeah.
Okay, nice. Who was your favorite Black historical leader?
Ooh, famous Black historical leader. I don't know if everyone knows who this person is, but his name is Eric Thomas.
Okay.
He's also known as E.T. the Motivational Speaker. He's also known as the hip hop preacher. Eric Thomas. So he is a motivational speaker. He grew up in a wealthy family. He went to a 4-year university. He dropped out. He was homeless for a number of years. It took him 12 years to get a 4-year degree. And just seeing his strength and his ambition going forward, you know, one of the main things he always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. And I live by that. You know, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, I want to breathe every single day. I don't want to cut my oxygen off. I don't want to cut my success off either. Right. So you got to put that same ambition as living every single day into your own success and building your empire. Definitely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's the gems.
It's the gems.
It's the gems for me. It's the gems for me. I love that. Absolutely. I love that. Okay. If you could write a bio for anybody, who would you write the bio for?
Who would I write the bio for? Oh, that's a good question there. So to be completely honest, this woman has been a strong woman in my life for a very, very, very long time. I would say back since 2015. When I first came to Waukegan, I was actually homeless. You know, due to things that I did, and I came to Waukegan because I was homeless, and I wanted to go to school. Didn't know what to go to school for, and I wanted to become a medical assistant. But there was 2 women in my life three, I should actually say, that helped me get to the point where I am today. And the first one, her name is Teresa Tango, and she's the president of State Career College. We have Kenya Gray and Rosalada Figueroa. And those 3 women there are 3 main women in my life that has inspired me to make many of the strides that I have today. They've been my teachers, they've been my counselors, they've been my motivators, they've been my ambition, they've been my push when I didn't have it. You know, so if I could do a bio, I would do it on those 3 women there.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes. Now I don't know the other 2, but I do know Miss Kenya. Shout out to Miss Kenya Gray. I love her. She's definitely motivational as hell. Oh yes, definitely supportive. But that's beautiful. I love that you reference people that you know close in real life. That's super dope.
Yeah, I mean they've done real life things for me. You know, they've been there for me when I didn't have. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, that's a drink coming on now. So basically, you know, in the areas when I didn't have things that I need, motivation wise and ambition wise, they supplied that for me. You know, and I wouldn't be an educator without them. I wouldn't be a poet without them. I wouldn't be an author without them. They inspired me, and I keep on pushing to be what I am and who I am today.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to the women. Just saying.
Yes.
Just saying. Yes, absolutely. You have some great answers. Absolutely. Love all of them. So let's get into some of the other things that you also dabble in. You said you're a future nursing student.
Yes.
Okay. So what drew you into the nursing field?
So Miss Kenya Gray, again, when I was going to State Career College, she actually yelled out to me, say, hey, you know, want to come to school? Sure. Why not? You know? And that's when I started my field in healthcare. I became a medical assistant at State Career College, and then that's really all I know, being in the medical field. And I've learned so many things. I've learned, you know, how to draw blood, how to give injections, how to, you know, patient care, and it's just so amazing to me. And realizing that so many people in the world don't know the basic necessities to keep themselves healthy, and it's really basic things that we can do. And becoming a nurse will help me be able to teach people what you need to take care of yourself. Just being a Black person, you know, by itself, we're at high risk for diabetes, high risk for high blood pressure, high risk for obesity. And how do we change those things in our culture? How do we make those things so we can live better, so our kids can live better, for our grandkids can live better? I want to be there for my great grandkids, you know. So being able to be being in the medical field as a nurse can help me do that and help other people do that as well.
Yes, absolutely. It's the helping hands for me. You just an all around helper.
Yes.
Okay, all around helper. You know, you are like the type of leader and influencer that we really need right now. I know influencer is an exaggerated word that people stretch online, but the big basis of it is to motivate and inspire other people to follow in your footsteps and for them to elaborate on ideas you have. And I just love how everything you do coincides with bettering the world.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we need that. Okay, we need that.
One thing my dad used to tell me growing up is that the things that we do doesn't just affect ourselves. It affects everyone around us. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not be 10 years from now, but it's going to affect somebody.
Mhm.
So you never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. You never know who's paying attention. So things you do, you got to do it with intention, and doing those things with intention allows other people to say and pay attention. You know what? I can do that too. I can be strong too. I can be the big man. I can be a bigger woman. I can do all these things and stuff as well. So, I want to inspire other people to do the same exact thing.
Yes, so inspirational. So when will you be, graduated, or what's the time frame that you have before that's completed?
So the nursing program is an 18-month program.
Okay.
So once the classes get started, I believe it's going to be starting this year in December. So once the classes do start, I'll be in December, and then a year and a half from now, basically middle of 2024.
Nice. Well, early congratulations, because I know you're going to kill it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We love to see Black people in the healthcare field. Okay. It's nothing like going to get treated for something and you're seeing somebody that looks like you treating you. It's just a different type of comfortability that's there.
Definitely.
So I commend you on that.
Thank you.
Now, I got to be a little nosy because you are engaged and you have the whole family life going on, man. So we need some advice. All right. It's rough in these streets, for one.
Oh.
I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. I'm going to throw that out there. So, I mean, how is, pre-married life? What is one thing that, you guys kind of take, into consideration as you go down that lane together?
First thing is patience. Patience is the very first thing. Many people don't have it. We want things right away, like a microwave. Pop it in, 30 seconds, it's hot. And the world don't work like that. Love don't build overnight. People say you got love at first sight, and it does happen. Of course it does, but that's a phenomenon that don't happen to everybody. So patience, with yourself, because you have to learn your partner, and you have to learn yourself in a different way, because your partner wants to mold you into, for you specifically, for a wife, and for a man, you want to mold them into a husband. So the qualities you have right now may not be the qualities you need as a husband and or a wife. But mentally, are you ready for those things? Mentally, are you ready to step back and say, I'm going to submit to my husband, or are you going to submit to your wife? Because as a husband, you still got to submit to your wife as well.
Okay.
Women need things that men have to do certain things in their role, not saying there's roles in everything, there's certain things that I do as a man that, I would say traditionally a Black man wouldn't do. I like staying at home taking care of the boys. I want to let my fiance go out, go enjoy yourself. I want to stay at home with the boys just to have fun and watch them grow up. I don't want to just be outside cutting the grass and taking the trash out and putting holes in the walls and fixing them up. I'm not always the rough and tough guy. Another thing is just to be open to new things. Be open to new opportunities. Be open to something outside of your comfort zone. And if you're a man, tap into your emotions. That's the biggest thing there. Let it out. The first couple of years of relationship, it was real rocky. I'm gonna tell you that. It was real rocky. And most of it was on my part because I didn't know how to express myself in words. But once my fiance has been able to assist me in doing those things, our relationship has gotten a lot stronger. A lot stronger. Definitely.
I love it.
You know what that is?
That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, you just said some real shit that a lot of niggas needed to hear. Okay, y'all needed to hear that. It's definitely you highlighting the different roles that you play. We have a big problem right now with gender roles being stuck, and people or genders feeling like they're going to always have to do a certain thing because this is how it's always been. So I love how you instantly, I don't want to cut the grass all the time and do the hard work, and I want to take care of the kids sometimes. That is
and then seeing
like that's beautiful.
Yeah. And then seeing your fiance or your woman, doing some things that you would do, like, hey, okay. Because she's moving the couch around, she's moving things, she's putting stuff on the wall. Okay, let me sit back and just watch you do your thing there, So watching a woman in her element, just as a woman watches her man in the element, that's a wonderful thing. That's a beautiful thing, actually, It's beautiful.
I love that. I love that. It's hard out here. I'm just gonna reiterate that, all right, because it's hard out here. So I love how you were able to say once she made you feel comfortable to express yourself, things smoothed out. As a man in the relationship, how do you get to that point where you feel comfortable enough to fully express yourself to a woman?
Oh, that's a hard question to answer. Just because that's a real hard question to answer. Because most men that get into a relationship, they think this ain't gonna last forever, no way.
Okay.
You know, most men out here say, you know, I'm gonna be with her for a couple of weeks until I get what I want, and I'm a dip. You know, and that's what most men are out here doing right now anyway. Not to put shade on us or anything, but hey, it's what's happening. You know, we got the palm trees everywhere. So
speak on it, because we need to hear it.
but yeah, just being able to say, you know what, just being able to just not have to feel like you're forcing me, like a woman's forcing me to open up, allowing me that time and ability to get ready to express myself. Because as a man, there's so many emotions you have in the world, because the world already, as a black man specifically, the world is beating you down every single day.
Yes.
Every single day. I don't think anyone is ready just for the black man story. Just the black man story from beginning to end. Most people will say, you know what, I can't believe it. I can't understand. I can't believe you went through all these things. You know, and a black woman's story is just the same, you know, but it's hidden. There's certain parts of our life that are hidden that we don't share. You know, and those hard areas that we have to get through first, and when you talk to those areas first, that make everything else so much easier. Makes all the small stuff really, 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 really small. All the big things, medium. And as you get through those times, you get through those hard conversations, otherwise it's just like another conversation during the day, like we're having now. You know, now I come home, what's up, baby? How was your day? Oh man, this person at work and this, that, and the other. And today my mind was just not there today. You know, and I'm able to do that now. You know, after push that I needed. But the thing with my fiance is she knew I wasn't ready to open up in the beginning. And she held on to that. She was frustrated. Just open up. Just open up. Just open up. But I wasn't ready yet. You know, and just the word to the women out there. Don't push that man too hard, because you're going to push him away. A lot of women want to fix a man. A lot of women want to say, you know what, this is how he needs to be. I need a man to be the protector. I need this man to be the breadwinner. But that's not always going to happen. Women can be a breadwinner too. Women can be the protector as well. The roles can be switched, you know, but not all men are always ready when a woman wants them to be ready.
Absolutely. See, I think I gave a little too much time, but I feel you on that. I feel like I gave my ex a little too much time on that part. But I feel you, and I love that you kept it 100. You know, women, we have to start really understanding what a man needs, and taking the pussy out of the situation, just gonna throw it out there, you know, and giving him those other things that he really needs. So I'm happy that you said that shit, because I needed to hear it, and somebody else needed to hear it too. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You give me hope. Okay, marriage is rough. I mean, it's always been rocky in the decades, but now I feel like it's just one of those conversations where people are either 100 in or 100% not.
Oh yeah,
you know. And I mean, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
How old am I? I'm 26.
You know what?
I forget sometimes. I think about other more than 95.
No, that
95.
happens.
You know.
After you turn like 23, 24, you definitely kind of be like,
yeah, everything just blurred together. You know.
So 26. So you're, 20 still. You're in that earlier state. I'm 29, so I'll be 30 next year. And I'm in that mind state of, wanting to figure out things that I can work on as myself, so that I can be a good partner. So I just always wonder how other men, especially that are engaged, or married, I always kind of wonder, like, what's their thought process, or how did they get to that point? Because it's hard out here. But I love that. Congratulations to you and your fiance.
Thank you.
Marriage is a beautiful thing. We love black love.
Black love.
We love black love. Now, I do want to touch too, real quick, just again on you being a father. What's one big lesson that you teach your sons?
One big lesson is integrity. That's one thing I'm teaching my boys now. My youngest son, he's 10 months, so he doesn't really understand it yet. Aww. But my oldest boy, he's 4, so he gets a couple of things. So you're gonna say, did you do this? Did you not do it? Don't tell me a story. Don't say what you didn't do it, because we watched you. But want to get him to understand integrity. Say, be truthful, be honest, because that's gonna get you a lot longer than trying to cover up the situation.
Right.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Black daddies matter, y'all. Black daddies matter.
Yes.
That's dope. I love that. Definitely supporting you as a Black father as well. So what else can we expect from you for 2022? I know you said you're working on a part 2. But what else can we expect from you this year?
What else can you expect from me this year? A lot. I'm not, some things that I didn't even know I was expecting from myself is starting to happen at the woodworks now. Nice. So of course I got my second project, my second book coming into place. I've also been into art, specifically drawing and painting. So I want to get back into that element there as well and seeing where that goes. So might see some of my paintings or some of my drawings in a museum somewhere. Actually, one of my poems was in a museum last year for the Black History Month. Yeah. Nice. So you might see one of my pictures that I drew somewhere. So just be on the lookout. You'll see a lot of good stuff out there.
Okay, because the seminars now, you got to make sure you let us know if you're doing a seminar, if you're holding, some speeches somewhere or something, because people need to hear the stuff that you're saying. I think your delivery is just excellent. Thank you.
I'll definitely make sure that that we can let all the fan base know, let everybody come on and let them understand. This is grind time. This is grind time.
Well, I definitely appreciate you coming on Pillow Talk Podcast.
Thank you.
You was dropping a lot of gems today.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, just about everything that you're doing in the Black experience. That's definitely something that we always need to talk about, because when you Black, you're constantly living in a state of trauma. That's just how I feel about it.
Definitely.
So again, we got the book, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Uncontained. Beautiful cover art right there. So fire. Okay, if
again,
you
shout out to Bobby.
Yes, shout out to Bobby. She's definitely doing her thing. I should have put her Instagram on here. I'm sorry, Bobby, but you definitely doing your thing. I love it. I love this book. Again, it's a collection of poems relating to the Black experience and mental health and just the daily struggles. Something that we really need right now. Support Black authors. Okay, yes. Support your Black authors. Support your local authors. You never know what type of relief you're going to find in the words that they put on paper. Like, it's so powerful. So I appreciate you. This is my copy, so don't ask me for one because this is mine.
Y'all can definitely get off of Amazon, or you can also just inbox me on Facebook, Willie Mitchell Jr. It's a picture of me holding the book, so it's easy to find. I mail out orders weekly, so whenever you want a book, hit me up on Facebook. $10 a copy.
Yes. And your Instagram, I do have that scrolling as well, but are they able to DM you? And
Definitely. DM me there, DM me on Facebook. Just let me know and I got you.
Yes. Well, thank you again. This is a beautiful book. I'm going to read it and definitely do a review on it as well. The poem that you read, Untitled, fire. Okay, fire. That's all the preface I needed to know that it was fire up in here. But definitely make sure that you guys support your Black authors. This was beautiful. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And of course, shout out to everybody that tuned in. We definitely had some likes and some shares today and some hearts. Y'all was feeling Mr. Mitchell, Reverend Mitchell. Y'all was feeling him, okay? He was dropping a lot of knowledge, which I appreciate as well. We might have to have you come back on the show.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Have me back whenever.
I might need a therapy session.
Okay.
I might need that. Make sure that you guys subscribe to Pillow Talk Podcast, streaming on all major platforms. As always, sending love and light to all of y'all, man. Peace out.
Peace.